of our Terran tutorials, where we actually learn what to do with Bio finally. Bio is probably the most common TvP style, just because it's so mobile, all that fun stuff. Pretty good. It's basically the polar opposite of mech. And it's really, 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 really strong at being everywhere at once. It's really good at, when you get good engagements, it's really good in stand-up fights, but it can be hard. It's also really micro-intensive. It's also really macro-intensive, and that if you forget a bunch of production cycles with Bio, you're really in some trouble. You just can't get up enough Bio really quickly. You need to pretty much always have a bunch more stuff in your opponent, or at least have enough numbers to make it effective. This is especially true in like Terran vs. Zerg, where like in small numbers, Marines are pretty horrible against Zerglings. But once you start to like ball up and get a bunch of Widow Mines and Siege Tanks and stuff, life becomes awesome. This game's kind of derpy, I'm just going to warn you now. Just starting with the name of Schwiggle, this game has some pretty strange moments. I fail a good bit, mess up quite a lot, but it's mostly micro. The build's usually okay. You're just going to open Reaper Expand, because Reaper's pretty much the best thing Terran can do. It's so awesome with scouting. But if you will remark the random pylon over to the left, he is going to do a proxy Stargate. And my Reaper got denied, or it didn't really get denied. I saw this a Zealot Stalker Mothership Core. So I wanted to use the Reapers to deny that instead of scouting. And that kind of kept me from spotting the proxy Stargate, or looking at his base and seeing, hey, wait a minute, he doesn't have enough pylons or whatever. Or just the fact that there isn't anything there. Except for like a gateway and a pylon. I kind of just let this Reaper die. I just kind of misclicked with the hotkey. I hit my production cycle hotkey instead of the hotkey I have the Reaper on, so he just kind of died. Command Center, doing all the good things. Adding on 4 racks here, and I'm probably going to get Combat Shield later. I don't know if I want Stem or Combat Shield, but I'm adding on the 4 barracks, and I'm going to produce them naked for a little bitty bit, just because I saw the Zealot Stalker Mothership Core, and I wasn't sure he was going to do 4 gate or not, because I couldn't look behind his mineral line here. But in fact, he did proxy Stargate, which is kind of a pain. So, there goes our bunker. I'm not really going to throw down the extra bunker unless I actually see a whole bunch of aggression coming. But we're going to always start with 1 bunker, because we like bunkers. Bunkers are good. Da-da-da, Mariners. Getting the factory because we like medevacs. Surprised he didn't immediately. Oh, yeah, he was just waiting for the gas. But I mostly wanted to use these Reapers here to see if I could pick off the Stalker or the Zealot. I really wanted the Stalker so I could just micro with the Marines or sit there in the bunker. He gave my Reapers a couple free shots, which was very kind of him. So I ended up just suiciding a single Reaper for the purpose of getting the Stalker. And this one gets away with 1 HP, which is always nice. Making the SCVs. Now I'm going to start throwing down add-ons, just because I already have the 3 Marines out. I probably should, in the future, start at a slightly larger number, because surprise oracles. He's actually going to do quite a lot, but he suicides his Zealot, which is always kind of him. I really wanted him to run into the bunker, which he did. He did long enough that these 3 Marines would be able to finish him off. Did Stim finish in time? No, Stim's still going. Off the little Oracle goes. But in general, the 4 racks thing, I like the 4 racks Combat Shield build, just simply because it's so great against pressure, and you get a bunch of Marines afterwards, which is great. The Void Ray here, I'm going to question as a decision simply because the Void Rays are pretty useless against Marines. And I'm probably going to be 90% Marines, since after you for quite some time, or if they're going to be Colossi, they're going to be pretty small in number. So you want to get something that's good against Gateway and Stargate units, which is our good friend the Mariner. Marauders are pretty good against Stalkers, and they're nice to have, but I mean, you don't really need them against a bunch of Gateway units. When the Colossus start coming out, Marines just kind of die really fast. But he actually went semi-quick Colossus. I think if I just did a follow-up attack, I probably could have just killed him. If I did a little bit more quickly. But, hey, I didn't know that. I thought he had a bunch more stuff than he did. He probably should have a little bit more stuff. I mean, I don't know how many Stargate. He made like a Void Ray and an Oracle. There's the Oracle. Where's the Void Ray? It's off over there. And his expansion's really, really delayed. I knew about that. I think I suicided a Reaper in there. I'm going to check my vision. Oh, there we go. There's the hockey. I actually didn't suicide a Reaper in there, apparently. Huh. There's the suicidal Reaper. Yeah, suiciding Reapers at this point is perfectly okay. I mean, you're not going to find anything by being cautious with them. So you're probably better off just looking around. Probably could have just shot up in the main with there and seen the Colossus tech, but whatever. Adding on the things, I lost a bunch of Marines here or SCVs here I shouldn't have. I just whiffed the micro, but it happens. We're just gonna look away from there. Avert. It's always good to stem against oracles because they're gonna kill you in 2 shots anyway if you don't have shields. But I went back here and because I had an extra Marine there that would have finished him off, but I kind of suicided the Marine. So this oracle gets a nice, huge, hefty number of kills, which is saddening. Then I finally deal with the Stargate. Eventually, come on, little Marines. There you go. This is one of the weaknesses of proxy Stargate is you got to rebuild this. It completely loses any of its youth. And if you look back at home, he's got like 5 Zealots, a Void Ray, and Immortal. He's basically relying on Photon Overcharge 100%, and I can kind of negate that with drops. But he only does have 2 base and he has full energy, so that probably won't work out too well. I'm still not aware of the Colossus tech, so not making Vikings yet. I'm kind of delaying the 10-minute push I was going for, simply because I lost so much crap. I need to get everything up and stabilized before I go attack. It probably would have been better for me to go earlier because I'm gonna have this is probably gonna be the strongest my army is gonna be in a while, just because I lost so much workers. But he didn't have that many workers to begin with. I mean, we're kind of even in workers. I wonder how many I lost. Holy crap! I lost 13 workers. Yeah, but I mean, worker supply is still fairly even if I remember how to pull that up. There we go. Yeah, 32 to 32 exactly. Not a huge disadvantage. And I'm going to come in here with, like, I mean, he's got the Colossus out. If I had attacked earlier, I probably could have just killed him. If I just have a bunch of Marines against a few Zealots, an Immortal, and a Void Ray. I was thinking maybe, this is when I saw that, I thought he maybe didn't notice the medevacs and was going to drop up in there and then punch in. He actually, oh god, he just primo Photon Overcharged his main, which is a little bit silly. But hey, he saw the drops coming. So I'm just going to drop back here. It's going to get a few probes, like 5 or 6. 6, that's not bad. But this mostly lets me kill off this Immortal, just pick off a few things. Pick off a pylon, that's always nice to kill. And I wanted to kill this Colossus, but no way I'm getting in there, in that position. Behind it, I'm not macroing well at all because I'm really, really bad about that. But generally, a few more barracks should go down. If a 3rd command center hasn't been started, it needs to get started. Yeah, there it is. That should have been started a while ago. Mainly, the whole goal of the 10-minute medevac push is fast 3rd command center, or getting 3rd command center up and adding on a bunch more barracks. I'm doing all of that delayed because I'm not very good at this game. But my hugest problem with finding these replays was getting a game where I did well and my opponent wasn't horrible. It was really a problem. But, you know, I did pick up the Robo Bay, which was always really awesome. Killing tech is always convenient. Then running up in the natural and being annoying there. I think I got like a pylon. This was a bad attack. I kind of suicided all the bio, but actually, I don't know how much I got away with. I didn't get away with enough to make it worth it. I got away with a Marine. Okay, cool. If I just had 2 medevacs there, it would have been fine. Behind it, I'm starting to get everything in gear again, starting to get the upgrades going. The only thing about 10-minute medevacs is your upgrades are a little bit slow. A little bit annoying to deal with. And it's hard to stabilize because then you're spending all your gas on medevacs and trying to get up the starports and stuff. But it's pretty easy to stabilize if you've done damage, which I have. I killed like 11 workers, which kind of evened it out because he didn't have as many to begin with. So I ended up coming out ahead. Now he's making Immortals. He's pretty low on gateways. He mostly just hasn't had the money to support them. Adding on a bunch more tech labs because he's kind of just making a bunch of robotics units. And I have a sufficient Marine count to deal with anything else. And I already know a Stargate is gone. And if he rebuilt it, well, then he's just going to have fewer Colossi, and I'll still be fine. Just making things. Going to go to ×2. Getting +2. Second engineering base should be doing something, but I'm not the greatest at this. Whatever. Let's see, what's the add-on distribution? This is pretty ideal, in my opinion. You want to get enough Marines. A lot of people don't want to just go like tech lab crazy and just get nothing but Marauders, but Marines are still pretty good. A little bit of a drop. Actually, this little bit of a drop I think might have just taken out half of his natural. Might have to check that out. Okay. Just going to fast forward through that. dropping constantly is pretty important just to keep him from getting all happy and stabilized. And make him build a bunch of cannons, which is always annoying for people. Just came down with the drop, picked off a few more probes, bringing it up to quite the large number. Drops are really not committal at all because you can just boost away. It's really nice. He's got the double forge in the Templar. He kind of went a little bit heavy on the gas for 2 bases. He pretty much needs his 3rd. And the fact he hasn't been mining from this natural for the last 3 minutes, effectively. And in the end, I just crippled him so much economy-wise, I just had enough stuff to just go kill him. Not the greatest for, like, actual mid-game analysis and stuff, but basically I just kind of sat there and killed him because we both made horrible micro mistakes. His just happened to be more horrible than mine. And he didn't quite execute the Stargate build properly. Probably should have just gone all in. And then the Colossus, he kind of just ended the game for me by sending all his gateway units away from his Colossi. And then our good friend Schwiggle just leaves. In general, that wasn't the greatest game, but it was the best one of the horrible, horrible games I've played recently. I'm just going to look at workers killed again. I mean, we lost. I killed a few more, but it was big in just that I just made a whole bunch more. And the 3rd command center was super, super delayed. That should have been up way earlier. But yeah, don't miss production cycles in general. Try and keep up the barracks count in general. Try to keep up with the upgrades. And try not to, like, overproduce Vikings. That's a big thing. I kind of sort of overproduced them, but I kind of planned to go all in, but I changed my mind when I caught him out of position so badly. And this is actually a pretty good time to go all in with Viking SCV because I didn't think he had enough gas to really get Storm and get Storm and get Colossus. In fact, did he ever actually get Storm? No, we never got Storm. So I could have just gone all in with SCVs and won. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you all for watching. Subscribe, like, all that good stuff. I'll see you all next time. We're going to start with Terran versus Zerg after this. Maybe do some more TvP later, but we pretty much knocked out the basics. All right, see you all later.